Hi everyone, welcome to my Minecraft tutorial. This is how to set up a multiplayer server for Windows part 2. In part 1 I showed you how to get the server program, how to download it, install it, get it running on your local computer, but we didn't cover how to get your friends in your computer by connecting through the internet, and that's what I'm going to cover in this particular tutorial. So one of the first things we need to do is discover what your local computer's IP address is, or at least the one that's going to be hosting the server. So right now this will be my server computer. Go ahead and click on your Start button. Now I'm using Windows 7. If you're using Windows XP or Vista, your screens may look a little bit different, but you want to go to your Run command bar, and that's right here at the bottom. You can also hit your Windows key on the keyboard and press R at the same time. It'll bring up that Run command. So in here I want to type CMD, that's short for command, and that brings up a command window. And then in the command window I want to type IPCONFIG, that's short for IP configuration. Go ahead and type that in and hit enter. And then you might have to scroll up a little bit, but you're interested in this one right here, which is your local Ethernet adapter for local area connection. Now, yours may use a little bit different wording, but we want this number right here, IPv4 address, or IP address it may say. And it should start with a 192.168. You might have something a little bit differently. It might say 10.10. It really depends on how your network is set up. So go ahead and write this number down. This is your local PC IP address. So mine's 192.168.1.100. The other number we're interested in here is our default gateway, and that's 192.168.1.1. I have a Linksys router. They're always usually that same number right there. This is actually the router, and the router is what gives out IP addresses to the devices on your network, including your computer. So write those two numbers down, and then we can close that down. Now we need to discover your wide area network IP address, or the IP address that your cable company or DSL company, whatever your ISP happens to be, it's the number that they've given assigned to you. Most likely it's going to be on your router if you have a router, or your modem. So what we need to do is go up to load up a browser and go up to the address bar here and type in ipchicken.com, bok, and no, don't type bok, and then just hit enter. So ipchicken will give you your IP address that's assigned to you from your ISP. Write that down. That's also the IP address that your friends will use to connect to your Minecraft server. Now go ahead and close down that. Actually, no, don't close that down yet. Just write that number down. And now, if you have a router, we need to forward a port to your computer. So go ahead up to the top of the browser and type in that gateway number that we discovered in the configuration window, and then hit enter, and that's going to bring up a login screen most likely. Mine again is a Linksys router, and the username is admin, and the password is usually, when you purchase these out of the box, it's admin or a password. So type in admin and try password as a password, or admin. Sometimes it's just both admin, and hit OK, and then you want to go into your router configuration page. Again, this is only if you have a router. So if your gateway showed 192.168.1.1 or 0.1 or so forth, that means you most likely have a router. If it was a different number, you might just be directly connected through your modem. So if you type that in and you see a Linksys or a Netgear or a D-Link, then most likely you're able to forward your port. So now what we need to do is find where the ports are being forwarded. Each manufacturer uses different terminology. On Linksys, it's usually applications and gaming. I've seen it as firewall rules, services, and a couple other different descriptions, but you might have to search around a little bit. What we're really interested in is port forwarding. So then come down here and you see where we can assign a range of ports. Now, Minecraft Server uses a specific port number. It's 25565, and we need to tell the router that when we get a connection on that port from the outside world, that the router needs to direct that connection to the computer where the Minecraft server is running, because it doesn't know. So we're going to type in the start number 25565. That's the Minecraft server number, port number. And the same thing here. So start to end. It's only one port number. Protocol you can leave as both. And then in the IP address, we're going to type in the IP address of our computer, which we discovered a few minutes ago. So that's .100. And on the Linksys, I have to enable it. And then go ahead and click on Save Settings. So now, when we get a connection from the outside world, someone goes to that IP address that we discovered for your modem's IP address, or the one your ISP gives you. It's going to hit this router, and then the router is going to say, hey, we have a connection on port 25565. Where do you want me to send this? And the router is going to say, hey, well, here, I have it right here. I want you to send it to the computer that has the IP address of .100. And then it's going to go there, and it's going to make a phone call essentially on that port number, and Minecraft server is going to say, oh, hello, I've got an incoming call. I've got to answer that, because that's where I am right now, and it's going to do that, and it's going to establish a connection. We're going to test that right now. Close all that down. I have to run my Minecraft server. So go over to your server and get that rolling. Again, since I'm using one computer here, you might have a dedicated server. You need to change that IP address. You have to discover the local IP address on your server. I'm going to run it all on one PC right now. So my server is running, and it's listening. See right here, it's saying I'm listening on that port number. I'm going to minimize that, run Minecraft, log in, click on multiplayer, and then I can get rid of that, and then type in that IP address that we got from IP Chicken. That's a good chicken. It's not that spy chicken. Okay, and then go ahead and click on connect. Logging in, downloading terrain. I am connected to my server. Voila. Now I can even go over here to my server, and you'll see Paul Soares Jr. logged in. I'm going to have to mask all these IP numbers because people are going to try to connect to my server. It's not a public server. I'm sorry, people. I might do some kind of an invite or something, but it's just for my family, and I apologize for that, but it's not going to handle a huge number of people. So there we go. Hit disconnect. Give that IP address to your friends. That's the one from IP Chicken. Tell them to test it out. If it doesn't work, then you probably messed up the port forwarding. And if you have any questions, just leave a comment on on this tutorial, and I will try to help you. I don't have a whole lot of time. I do this for a living, so but I'll try to do what I can. Anyway, I hope you guys have fun playing on your Minecraft servers, and have a good day. Bye bye.